All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Hello, my name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And two of my EGS books have arrived back from grading. I do not know the grades, just like my situation with PGX, so I unboxed them live so we could find out what the grades are together. Like the deal I have with PGX, EGS, I have no contract signed. I do not get paid by them. They allow me to send in 2 books every month to get graded, pressed and dry cleaned if it needs be, signature verification if need be, all in-house. They will do 1 custom label for me, so this way you guys can see what they're all about, and 1 regular label. And I make sure that not only do I get that deal and they get the free advertisement, but I want to make sure that there is a deal for you as well. So if you want to try EGS grading services, if you use the code We Love Comics and you send in 10 books or more, you can get one of the books pressed for free and $5 off your first order. So the code for the $5 off the first order is We Love Comics, and the pressing, one of them free, is We Love Comics Free Press. Make sure you indicate where these are coming from and the discounts, and specify if you have a preference of which book out of the 10 you would like to get pressed for free. And so it's a win-win for everybody. So I'm going to keep this one relatively short. One of our cats got out this morning, and trying to get him back in. So anyway, it's not going to be a long video, but I wanted to do this because I need to kind of get my mind off of the situations right now. So 2 people are watching, so welcome. If you see in the live chat, if you're interested in purchasing any of my mystery comic boxes, please check out the link that I provided. It's also in the description of this video. Once you go to the website, you'll see like pyramids and soaps and things like that, because I make organic soaps and stuff, and Oregon pyramids. If you go all the way down to the bottom where the comic section is, you'll see there's anywhere from a $25 mystery box up to a $5,000 mystery box. Obviously, something like a $5,000 mystery box, you are not going to get any generic comics that you've never heard of. So please, if you want to support the channel, it's a way to do it where you get something back in return. And if you do an unboxing video, I will allow you to post a link in my most recent video at the time to share that, so other people may watch your video or subscribe to your channel. And if I'm not subscribed, I will absolutely do that, because I love watching unboxing videos, even if it's a purchase from my own. So we got 5 people watching. No one's hit the like button yet, but that's all right. I know my kind viewers will do that eventually. So welcome to the 5 people that are here. And if you want to join the live chat, please do. You do not have to be a subscriber to have your voice heard here. And let's get into it. So I just got these back. Now, I'm not sure which 2 these are, because over at EGS, they don't go based on when I send them in. They just hold on to them, and whichever ones they pick to grade, or whichever ones they pick to grade. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really bother me, as long as they get graded and they come back. So it doesn't really matter what order they're in. But they put it in a FedEx box. The box looks like it's in good shape. They put the famous French word for ghillie all over it. So I'll show you one of the things that I like about their packaging. And they're still doing it, so that's good. Now let me get this side tape. So they tape the sides, which I do all the time too when I mail boxes. I want to make sure it's extra secure. Jeremiah Garcia is first one in the live chat, so welcome, says hello. They put these at EGS on the top and bottom. It's rigid, so you can hold up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 graded comics with this. Obviously, I'm sure they have larger ones with other boxes. And then, as you can see, they have these side foams, and it basically keeps it. And they also put, bubble wrap and stuff, so their comics come in very secure. Now, I'm going to do this to where I can't see the grade. There we go. So they have these side holders, which can hold 3 comics. I actually really like these. It's a good idea. And they actually did listen to my advice which shows they watch my video, because I remember the last time when I opened the box, they had these which I like, but the rest of the box was empty, and I did make a suggestion that they should fill in those empty spaces, which would just give it that much more protection. So you could see right off the bat, that's exactly what they did. All right, so this one, I could see by the back. I haven't looked at the grades, obviously, but I could see by the back which ones these are. This is the second group I sent in back in September. I got October's last time, so they did them out of order. Like I said, I don't care about that stuff. So the first one here, this is one of the books I've been recommending for a long time. High Grade Key says must be Italian. Jason Brazier is also here, so welcome to you all in the live chat. And like I said, people will be kind enough to hit the like button. 3 people have already done that. So this one is the Rise of the Midnight Suns. It is signed, and they don't have the grade on the back, but let me see. They put... Okay, that's just... Okay. They put the grader's notes... So I said it's between a 9.4 and a 9.8 with... oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, okay. 9.4 to a 9.8 with white pages. This I only paid $12.76 for this book. Definitely a book that you can acquire relatively cheap, and they are going to be doing a Midnight Suns. Well, there's no guarantee these days because, you know, even if they say they're going to do something, it doesn't mean it can't get canceled or changed or what have you. So always keep that in mind if you're speculating on anything, that until it happens, anything can change. But I was telling people about this back in like 2017, 2018. So let's see what the grade is for the first one. I can't see it. I got to move the light, actually. All right, 9.4. So there you go. So they did the special one of the different types of custom labels. I personally don't really think spending money on any company's labels for me works. But the reason I ask them to put it on is just because I don't like something doesn't mean somebody else won't. So I want to make sure that you guys have the option to see, you know, what they can do. So there is a little image of Ghost Rider on here. So it is signed by Joe Kubert. There's the Kubert right there, or Kubert, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. So they did verify, they do verifying signatures. So it is a 9.4 with white pages. And I believe this is the first Midnight Suns. So they didn't write that on here. But definitely for a signed book for that price, it was worth getting encapsulated. I really like this label on this particular one. Again, you know, the custom labels are just not something for me, and that goes with any company. Who Dat Comics and Movies is here. He says, hello, WLC. Good luck on the grades. Thank you. Good to see you, Who Dat. I'm subscribed to his channel, so if you're not, please go check him out. So I'm very happy with the 9.4. Like I said, I thought it was going to be between a 9.4 and a 9.8. And they did authenticate the signature. So for 17 bucks... fine with me. Oh, okay. And they also add a certificate of authenticity where they do put grader's notes. So even though, and they also did return the poster because this was a bagged issue. I don't know if I had this one bagged or it was unbagged, but the person I bought it from had the poster in it. But regardless, they did return the poster and put it in the back of the slab. It's not in the actual slab. It's in the back of the slab behind it, but in the bag part. So they didn't put the poster in the actual slab, which is fine, but at least they returned it, so that's cool. So the certificate of authenticity, like I said, they do add the grader's notes. They don't put them on the back of the slab, but this is fine because, you know, it's going to be connected right there, and at least you know why something is graded the way it is. So they have corner scuff, top and bottom left-hand corner, spine stress, front and back cover. So Ghost Rider 28, they do verify the signature, and it is graded a 9.4. So there you go. All right, so here is the second one. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Jeremiah said, how long did it take to send off and receive your books back? It's I don't know the exact, because these were books I sent in September, but the books I sent in October came the month before. So it's been roughly about because it's January now, so let's go by October, because of the like I said, it takes about 2.5 to 3 months, but because I am sending in 2 books for free, my time period of how long it takes is going to be longer than a person that's paying full price. So even though I get 2 books sent in for free, I don't get special privilege for faster service. So don't take into consideration what these books take to arrive to me as what it will take to arrive for you. So as far as their location, I'll tell you exactly where it is. I can give you the address. They are in Palm Bay, Florida. EGS is at 2118 Trillo Road Southeast, Palm Bay, Florida, 32909. So the same state I am in. And like I said, my books will take a little bit longer because they're going to take priority for paying customers. So when they are able to get to books like mine, they'll get to them. So don't take how long it takes to get to me as what their parameter is for sending out books. But like I said, they don't have even a particular order of my books, because the second month I got the 3rd month shipment. So this is actually the one that was sent before the books that I got back graded last time. So hopefully that explains it. Huntin Comics, good to see you, says, does EGS offer an authenticating slab only option without grading? Most people don't want an EGS 9.4, but a custom EGS signature verification could be cool. I do not know the answer to that question. I would ask you, I would say go to their website and talk to them about that. But I'm sure Tony, the owner of this company, he watches my videos all the time. So I'm sure if he gets the chance, he'll put a comment. And if he does, I'll pin it to the top. But I do not know the answer to that one. I'm sure they would, but I don't want to say anything that I'm absolutely not sure of. If he leaves any information, I'll let people know. All right, so let's get into this one. This is Youngblood #1. There were rumors about a Youngblood, I believe a Youngblood movie or something at one point. Who knows? And even if it is, it's probably a one-shot deal if it ever even goes through. And it'll probably be like the Bloodshot movie. But hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened. But this is signed, and I only paid $13.98 for the book. So again, for a signed book for that price, it's worth just getting them graded. I mean, I'm not selling these for thousands of dollars. This was signed, I believe, by Rob Liefeld. And, you know, he charges an arm and a leg, I've heard, nowadays for signatures. And same as the last one, I said it was between a 9.4 and a 9.8 with white pages. Let's see what we got. So we got a grade of 9.2. All right, so that's perfectly fine. Again, I don't worry about these grades. I just wanted these to get verified for the signature. So, I mean, even if this was a 9.8, I'm not making millions of dollars on these books. I'm doing this basically for you guys, and they wanted to do a deal with me. So that's perfectly fine. So they do have it verified that it was signed by Rob Liefeld. And let's see the grader's notes. Corner scuff, top and bottom left-hand front cover. Spine stress, front and back cover. So those are the 2 books. Like I said, with EGS, I only get 2 books that I can send in to get graded, which is perfectly fine with me. You know, they're a newer company. They have stuff that they're working out. Looks good. I don't see any problems as far as the labels are concerned. Everything looks good. And this is the traditional yellow label for the signature series. And once again, I'll show the other book. This has one of their custom labels. This one's for Ghost Rider, and I don't know if you could see it, but they put a little picture of Ghost Rider's head. I mean, to me, even with the CGC ones, I never saw why people would spend extra money on something like that. But that's just me. If you like that stuff, at least you could see it's an option. And that's exactly why I want them on here, at least one of the books. So at least you could see the variety of different things that they offer. And it's not based on my preferences either positive or negative. So it looks like they're getting on track. Everything was secure. Like I said, they were kind enough to return the poster that came with the Midnight Suns book. Grades are perfectly fine. I knew they were going to be in that kind of range. When it comes to like little pieces of color break on the edge, it's very hard to detect. That's why I will miss things like that, especially with my old age and vision. But overall, I have to say this one went pretty well, packaged well. They listened to me by adding extra stuff in the book besides these side and top holders. So it's good to have a company that is willing to listen to the customer, and that's how a business improves. So I appreciate that. So if you want to try out their business, all you have to do is go to their website. You could just type in under Google, just write EGS Comics, and they'll give you the links. But again, if you use the code WeLoveComics and send 10 or more books in, you'll get $5 off your first order. And also, if you use the code WeLoveComics Free Press, you can get one of your books pressed for free if you send in 10 or more. So to get those discounts, you do have to send in 10 or more and indicate those discounts while on your printout, and make sure you indicate which book you'd like to get pressed for free if you have a preference. So let's go with the surprise subscriber shoutouts. But Hunting Comics says, are you doing the PGX unboxing too? A PGX book has not arrived back yet. So as soon as I get them, I absolutely will. I'm looking forward to it because my next PGX one has my X-Men #1 CGC 3.0 that I cracked open to get regraded because one, the slab was cracked on the bottom. That happened when I was moving, and also it had pressable defects. Little did I know that CGC would have all these controversies, but that was after, I already sent those in, so maybe hindsight is 20/20, and it's a good thing that I did it. But that's the next one, but that hasn't arrived back yet. Probably at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, those should arrive. So today's surprise subscriber shoutouts, we got High Grade Keys, and we're going to go with Jeremiah Garcia. Both of you are today's surprise subscriber shoutouts. So congratulations to you guys. If either one of you want to post a link to either your YouTube channel or video, if you have a channel, if you'd prefer to put a link to one of your social networks, you could do that. Or if you'd prefer to do a link to something that you sell on Amazon or eBay or wherever, as long as the links are appropriate for all ages, I have no problem with helping you out. So keep in mind, with anybody who posts a link in the comment section, it has to be approved, so it will not show up until I approve it. So if you are somebody that goes into the comment section, and I hope you will, and you see a link, it means that it has been approved. Go check them out. Go support our fellow comic book collectors. 25 people watching. 10 of you hit the like button, so thank you so much for that. Logan says, hold on. Was the Midnight Suns comic book originally in the bag by chance? I don't remember. I know the original one comes polybagged, and I have several of that, but obviously this one was out of the bag because it was signed. So unless they found a way to sign a book with the pen going through the actual thing. So I bought this one. It was already open, but they had the poster that came with it. So like I said, this one was signed by Joe Kubert. So I bought it out of already signed off of eBay, so it was out of the bag. So, those poly bags are not really great protectors of books. So, they could rub against the sides, or the back can rub against, the little fold in the center. That's why, like, for example, Ultimate Fallout 4s are so hard to get a 9.8. So books like that with the poly bags, you're probably going to get between a 9.2 and a 9.6 most of the time. Every now and then, you'll get a 9.8. Because of all of my Ultimate Fallout 4s, and I had at one point about 12 of them, but I did sell a couple before I ever got them graded, only one of mine came back a 9.8. So they are harder to get because of the bag can just scuff parts of the edges or even bend the corners a little bit. So Who Dad says, happy EGS is getting better. Great video. Yeah, me too. We need more competition. More competition means better quality, keeps prices competitive. So we all should be cheering on any grading service, because if you end up with a monopoly, that's never going to go well for the customer as far as prices and quality are concerned. And that's why I'm all for the competition. Tony over at EGS was kind enough to ask me. He called me. Well, he messaged me one day. Or did he call me? I don't remember, because he did have my phone number at one point. But he asked me if I could do this. I told him, I don't sign the contracts. He had no problem with that. So both PGX and EGS are doing business with me basically on our words. Old-fashioned way. They listen to my ideas. Because like I said, with PGX, I called Daniel Patterson, who's the owner of PGX, and I told him about what I thought about adding grader's notes to the back of the book. He listened, and now that's an option to do. EGS, when I did that last video of an unboxing, I was talking about how they should add more cushion into the packages, and they actually did it. So it's nice to see these smaller companies and the people that run them actually listening to the customer base. That, to me, is what a business, or a good business, or a potential good business should be all about. So, you can have your own opinions. I'm not here to tell you who to grade your grade your comics with, or even grade them at all. But I do have the options of giving you special discounts, which, by the way, I don't make a dime off of. It's not like I get a commission if somebody uses either EGS or PGX. So I'm not making any money off of it. I just get the 4 books from PGX every month to get graded for free. But, I got to pay for shipping, obviously. And I get 2 of them from EGS. Whether you like them or not, whether you had a good experience or not, nothing I can do about that. My experience may not be yours. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about my AI art. I love actually making these things. And you can also see on the bottom of the screen that I am trying to find somebody out there willing to do a trade for any of those comics that I'm looking for that are scrolling by. And I have a video I made about 3 months ago of roughly around 30 to 35 graded comics, like books like Daredevil #1 and Hulk 181 and things like that, that I'm willing to trade for any of those books. If it takes 10, 20 of those books to get the one, as long as it's a fair trade, I'd love to do it. So if you're one of those people that maybe has an extra Tales of Suspense 39 or an extra Amazing Fantasy 15, and you're looking to acquire some books that I might have that you want, please contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com, because I want to show my viewers that you don't always necessarily need money to get the things that you want. There are always alternative ways, and by the end of the year, I want to try and acquire at least one of these just to show that it is possible. So I'm not going to give up on it, even though I've only had one person try and do a trade, but it wasn't for any of the books that I listed on here, and it just wasn't one that I thought was something I was looking for. But I'm not going to give up. It's only January. We still got plenty of months to go. And who knows? Maybe I'll get all of them. Maybe I'll get none. But I would love to acquire just one. Because if I can get at least one of those books via a trade, hopefully that can inspire people that, think a different way. Because that's what my channel's all about. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the comments. And don't forget, it is not you. It is not I. It's We Love Comics. And High Grade said you still have the booth at Wagon Wheel Flea Market. Unfortunately, back in April of 2020, when the whole Rovid situation happened, they shut down and never reopened, and they went out of business. They did it very sneakily, which backfired on them. I'll give you a quick story about the Wagon Wheel. There were rumors for a while that they were thinking about selling it, because the Wagon Wheel originally had... it was a family-owned business. The father owned it for most of his life, really loved the business, put his effort into it, and it showed. When he passed away, he gave it to their children. I think it was 2 or 3 sons and a daughter, and they didn't want it. They didn't care about it. They were basically letting it, run into the ground. So there were rumors that they were thinking about selling it, but they kept denying they weren't going to do it. And they ended up with the whole situation with the Rovid 17 situation. They took advantage of that, and they said they were just going to shut down for a week. And then we got notices that you had until the end of the month to get all your stuff out because they sold it. And they screwed over people that were there for like 20, 30 years. And it backfired on them, because that's why I truly believe in karma. Because what happened was, the father and the sons at one point also owned a junkyard at that area before it turned to flea market. And instead of getting rid of all the cars, they ended up, from what I understand, they buried them underground. So when they sold the site to, I believe it was either like going to be a Walmart or to a condo, I wasn't sure which one. When they did the deal and screwed over all the vendors, it ended up, the deal fell through because they did a water test and it failed because of all the metals from all the rotting cars that they left under the ground, polluted the water. So now not only does it not have a flea market, but they can't sell it because it will literally cost them probably about $500,000 to get it all cleaned up. So, you know, if they would have left all alone, they would have still had a business that was doing very well. But, you know, there are people in the world, and you could see what's going on with corrupt people, with certain slabs. And I'm not just going to say just one. I'm sure it could be done with all of them. There are people out there that'll always do the wrong thing because it's just easier. And that's for lazy people with no imagination. I've shown time and time again that I could make money on comics and not have to cheat people, not have to squeeze every last dime out of them, and definitely not do anything like a criminal would just to make money. There's always ways to do things, and I'm a full firm believer in karma. So people like that, unfortunately, you know, you get what you give, and now they screwed themselves because they don't have all the probably tens of thousands of dollars they were making each month in vendor revenue. And they no longer have the sale, and they no longer can use the property until they clean up all the stuff that only got discovered when they sold it underneath everybody's nose and lied in the process of doing it. So, you know, sometimes when you play Russian roulette, you shoot yourself in the foot. So, thanks for watching, guys. I know there's only 2 comics in these videos, but I'm appreciative, and you guys know me. Yeah, it would have been nice if they would have been both 9.8s. One was a 9.4, and then one was a 9.2. You don't see me complaining about it. You don't see me getting upset like some others, and you're definitely not going to see me resubmit them 50 times until some grader decides to just grade them the grade I think I deserve. I think that's pretty egotistical of some to do, and it just shows their priority isn't the love of the comics. It isn't the beauty of the comics. It's the financial gain. And like I've said, I've shown many a time I could make money on comics, but I don't have to cheat, lie, and steal from people to be able to do it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to the 13 people that hit the like button. And once again, let me know what you think in the comment section about the AI art, which I did. And it's not you, it's not I. It is We Love Comics. Now I'm going to try and see. Probably won't happen for a couple of days, unfortunately, but I'm going to try and see if I can get my cat. Like I said in the beginning, in case you missed it, one of my cats, the door flew open, and he got out. So we're trying to see what we can do to catch him. So prayers and everything would be appreciated. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next video. Enjoy the rest of your day.